Hello and welcome to this video in which I'm going to show you how to create viral videos with Canva and Flipagram. Before we get started, let me just take you through one or two initial considerations. The video we're going to make is going to be a 15-second Instagram video, but you can also make it 30 seconds if you just put it out on Flipagram. But I wanted to go on Instagram because I wanted to be able to syndicate it as widely as possible. You can find Canva, if you're not familiar with it, at canva.com, and the link is there. And you can find out about Flipagram at flipagram.com, but you're going to have to do the Flipagram work on your iPad or on your phone. But we'll get to that in due course. Now, because it's a 15-second video, I'm going to have about 10 images so that they flip through at a reasonable pace of time. I'm going to keep the design very simple. Make sure it's got a URL, a hashtag on your image so that people can follow it up, although you will put in some words to tag it when you actually distribute it. You always should be doing that. And you keep it very, very simple. The project we're going to build here is a 15-second Instagram video, which is going to be promoting my latest podcast episode, episode number 62, which is my interview with Michelle Berner. So the first thing we have to do is go and create the slides on Canva. So let's go across to Canva now and do that. So here we are in Canva, and to get started, I want a square image. So I select the image up here and I, under Start a New Design, and I just double click on it. And when I do that, a new window will open up like that. Now, the first thing to do is to get the initial design of the page sorted out. So I'm going to do that now, and then I'll come back to you. The first thing I want to do is to add the title at the top. So I go to the text on the left-hand side, add text. I want to put in Online Learning Podcast. I then want to change the font, and the font I like is a Baskerville font, which is down here somewhere. I want to make the image go across the top, which I do there. I want to change the color to red because I like red on white. Right, I want to center it, and then I would move it to the top. And that's the first title put in place. I'm going to put in the episode number and the URL for the actual episode that I want to direct people to. So I'm just going to go and do that, and I'll be back with you in a second. Now you see we've got the standard wording put in place, and that is going to set the standard for every slide. Now, one thing to notice is that the bottom right-hand corner, the Flipagram logo comes up unless you pay them to take it away. So I'm leaving my URL deliberately high so that the Flipagram logo will appear below that, and the two won't overlap each other. So next we have to think through the wording of the slides that we're going to develop going forward. So I'm going to go and design that, and then I'll come back and talk to you about it. So here in my notebook, I've designed the words I want to put up on it. Michelle Berner, IT educator, discusses image software Pixlr and her course Pixlr Power Online Learning Podcast, episode 62. Click now to listen. So that's going to be each of the screens we have. Now, the simple thing to do is to put up now the first words, because after that we can replicate the screens very easily. So I'm going to put the first one in, and then we'll take it from there. I've put the first part of the text in. It says Michelle's name. I've made it a slightly fun font. I've centered the image. I've made it large at 96. Actually, I think we can make that a bit bigger. So I'm going to increase the size on that. Let's take it up to 104. And that's the set style for the thing, because the slide, because I wanted it just to sort of bounce along. So what we do now is we go over to the right-hand side, and where this little box is, we just click there, and it replicates that slide. So now we've got slide number 2, and all we have to do now is change the words in the middle. And I'm going to do that now for the rest of the slides. Here we are. I've done all but one of the slides. I'm just going to show you how very simple it is. You click on this box to duplicate the slide. I then go over to my notes and pick up the wording I want. Click now to listen. Control C to copy it. Come back to here, highlight the text I want to replace. Go up to Edit, Paste and Match Style, and there it is. Click now to listen, and that's it. 10 slides done, and that has taken me literally, although I cut out the bits for you, that's taken me literally about 2 or 3 minutes to do. And you can see at the top it's saving, and it'll be saved in a minute. And the next thing I'm going to do now is as simple as that, is I'm going to link and publish. So I want the images from there, and I'm now going to download them. Now the next thing I need to do is to get these images up onto my iPhone, and the easiest way for me to do that is to go into Aperture, and each person is going to be different how they do this, but you basically need to get them into your photo stream. And so I'm just going to go to Aperture, go into Flipagram, episode 52. There are the images, so they're all clicked. So I am going to import them into Aperture, which is very quick because I've got a powerful Mac. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share them to iCloud, and it says my photo stream. I say OK, and that's it. That has now put those images up in the iCloud, and when I open my phone I'm going to be able to get those images. And in the next video I'm going to show you how to use Flipagram to actually turn those into a video. So I'll see you in a couple of minutes in the next video.